You are listening to the Marc Guzman podcast experience. So next topic is cryptocurrency in real estate. So this kind of made news, I want to say about 2 years ago, when the very first real estate property sold using Bitcoin. And I believe that maybe only one or two properties sold using Bitcoin. And I haven't heard much about it until recently. Some new technology is coming out about using cryptocurrency in order to do Airbnb transactions or even possible landlord to tenant rent payment exchanges. So the big question is cryptocurrency going to provide any kind of value to real estate transactions?
Well, right now, in my opinion, it's a little too early to tell, primarily because cryptocurrency is such a volatile topic and the valuation of it is so erratic. It's actually not that difficult to go out and create your own cryptocurrency, so it really depends upon which cryptocurrency and the stability of that cryptocurrency that people are willing to accept as legal tender or value for exchange of their real estate. And then also, there's definite advantages to it, but it really depends upon who's willing to accept that.
And it's still early on, but we're starting to see JP Morgan Chase announce their first cryptocurrency. Now that's going to be used mainly in-house and mainly within the banking industry that they control. But we're seeing banks starting to really look at cryptocurrency as a solution to cutting out the middleman in a lot of different transactions. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that develops, because eventually I think one day as banks start unleashing their own cryptocurrency, tenants, landlords, or Airbnb, VRBO transactions.
And it all comes down exactly to that. It's to really the popular demand. If people are willing to accept of a certain value to something. For example, the only reason our dollar is worth what it is because of the faith of the American people in that piece of paper and the backing that goes behind it. And then also the willingness of everybody to use that as a common exchange. Whereas you have cryptocurrency, when you receive it, you have to actually be an individual technologically advanced enough to be able to receive it and not get it stolen from your account. Which actually I guess is pretty prevalent. So you have to have that. You have to have a lot of different infrastructure and channels and an understanding, and then also be able to trade it with somebody for another set of goods who's willing to accept that cryptocurrency. And there's actually various ones out there. So
yeah, and right now, if you're looking for some type of digital, it's not really digital currency, but some kind of digital transaction to make collection of rent payments easy. There is the Cash App, there is Venmo, there's PayPal, there's a few out there already, but they focus on doing debit card to debit card or debit card to bank account or bank account to bank account. Cryptocurrency would be a little bit different, but that blockchain technology would really be useful. In fact, so many industries are looking at blockchain technology to basically, and in the context of real estate, blockchain technology would be able to, I think, eliminate the need for even title reports on properties, because everything would be documented, recorded, spread out amongst multiple servers. There would be no way to hack it, and you would have a clean title and a clean history on title every time.
And just to kind of quickly simplify blockchain, let's see if I can do that in like 30 seconds. Blockchain is just a program that allows a verification of one exchange to another, and the validity of that individual to exchange it, right? So in the context of title insurance and title companies existed because in the past when I'd want to go buy a land from somebody, and the only thing I needed was this piece of paper called a deed. It was very easy for the real owner of a property to be off traveling somewhere, and then their horrible son, and we'll use Marc here as that example, to sell that property to somebody else and impersonate himself as the owner of the property. And then lo and behold, the real owner comes back, finds somebody owning or living on their property, and then disputes arise. And this was why title insurance occurred. So when you take that in the context of blockchain, and then being able to verify that the individual who exchange the money, or for that matter, exchange the title, then you begin to, well, theoretically eliminate the additional forms of verification needed which is what we kind of have in our current industry today and how the industry has evolved.
I think one of the problems with the digital currency or cryptocurrency is that look at how volatile Bitcoin was and how Bitcoin reached almost 20,000 and then just crashed. And I don't know where it's at right now, but I want to say it's like 3, 4, 5,000 mark right now, the valuation. So imagine accepting a rent payment at 20,000 and then
suddenly that valuation goes down to nothing, so you can't buy anything but a stick of gum with it.
Exactly. So now your rent payment of $1,900 is worth $19.
Yeah. So we can go on and on. Right now, it's all very, very theoretical. Only time will tell.
So next. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Thank you to our producer, Sam Lubman. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share the podcast. Remember, you can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Google Play, SoundCloud, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. For more information on my business as a property manager and real estate team, go visit my website at markguzman.com. I really want to thank all of you for listening. It means the world to me, and I hope today's episode provides you value in your day-to-day life. I created this podcast to help showcase the many great people that live in this world and help share some knowledge that I've learned along the way in life. Again, thank you for listening. Check out our sponsors, and I'll catch you on the next episode.